This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.
We're live.
Okay. Motion to open the meeting.
Second the motion.
Public speak time. Anybody here from the public to speak? No. Do we have minutes?
No, I need to push these, I didn't have time to do
Okay.
these, sorry.
So we'll go to the first change of manager application for Legion.
Colleen is supposed to be here, so I would skip to the next.
Okay. 1 day for city space.
It's me.
Hey, Brent.
May I approach the table? Hi.
I submitted an application and didn't get it in quite in time for last time, so you'll see on the first date is for January 4th. And the next date is the 10th and February 8th is the next one. They're all concerts that are in the Blue Room. For the January 4th one, I did have a request from the board that it be amended to February 1st. It's the same event, just a different monthly event. It's called a Bluegrass Jam and we're starting it each month. I'll be pushing forward for additional ones next month for the rest of the year.
So you want on February 8th and February 1st?
February 1st, January 10th and February 8th.
Everything was in order in the application. These are the applications you guys don't see that are only in the portal.
Right, the 1 days.
The 1 day nonprofit,
So you're looking for 1 day for 3 dates?
3 different dates.
Okay.
Yeah.
And everything's in order?
Make a motion.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve these 3 1-day licenses for city space.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
I'll fix those dates in the portal and then get that all set and
Okay.
printed and I'll scan you a copy. That works
Okay.
best for you?
That's fine.
Okay.
Sounds great, thank you so much.
Thanks, Bruce.
Thank you. Thanks to the American Legion for not being here.
We'll open the hearing for a special 1 day for Easthampton Rod and Gun Club.
My turn.
I love the hot seat.
I know, I like this. Get in there.
We're finally gonna have our 2-day ice fishing derby, the 25th and the 26th of this month. Pretty much the standard thing like we've been doing. All the alcohol will be served inside the clubhouse. Self-police and whatnot, tip certified for whoever's serving. Site plan, everything has been submitted, so it's pretty much the same thing we do with the other derbies. It's just short 1 day. Instead of Friday, we started Saturday morning,
Is 25th and 26th?
25th and 26th, with a backup of February 15, 16, I think I have on the application.
This is ice fishing, I think.
But by the looks of things, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be good to go for the derby, so
How long has it been since you've had one?
2 years.
No, oh, really? Just 2? Wow, cool.
2 years.
You had one 3 years ago. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, the past 2 years have been wide open, so.
I know. I'm surprised you even had.
Ice fish it if it's liquid still, so.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Yes.
Just for my own knowledge? And for the site plan, the alcohol consumption is only inside the club, it's people aren't taking it out onto the ice?
If it's on the ice, it'll be something that they brought with them. I can't police the ice.
No,
Cause
you
it's
can't.
not technically our property.
We don't have any BYOB ordinances either, but if you have a license, they wouldn't be able to bring it into the club if it's their own.
We do police that.
Okay,
I do police that. They cannot bring it in when we're selling.
and you
like
can't
this.
send it out with them,
Correct.
just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, no, it's good. Watch your wits about you out there on an open hole of ice.
Yeah, exactly. So
That was all.
All right, let's get a motion to approve the 25th and 26th, one day for the gun club.
I second that.
Fair. Aye.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks. Good luck.
Guys, have a good rest of your year.
Too.
Okay, open the hearing for a THCC application for a new license at 1 Northampton Street.
All right.
So, hi everybody.
Hey.
This one's kind of a doozy, so I apologize in advance. All right, so here's what we had hoped to do was, as you're very aware, we currently have a special permit that we're working through with the ZBA. After the last meeting, we felt pretty good that we're probably going to be able to reach some sort of reasonable situation where there's some reasonable, limitations put on there. So what we were hoping to do today is come in and request that the site, 1 Northampton Street, the old massage school, has a legislative liquor license attached to it. And we were asking that be approved for the Heavy Culture Cooperative, conditional on us receiving that special permit. Where we messed up was that we tried to do this all in late December. So we had paid for a Daily Hampshire Gazette ad that went out on December 23rd. Our understanding of state law is that the mailers to abutters needs to go out within 3 days of that. So the day after was the 24th. We were swamped. No one was able to get here. 25th. Christmas, it was closed. 26th, I did come in to get it. The building was open, and the assessor's office, where you would get the abutters list, was also open, but the only person in there was our data collector, who was not trained on pulling the abutters list. So we were unable to get the abutters notifications out in time in accordance with state law. Which now puts us in kind of what I've spoken to Lindsay a little bit about this. I guess what we're going to have to do, my guess, but I'm open to whatever suggestions you have, is to continue this until the next meeting, and we'll just make sure that they get out by then.
Yeah, my only concern was that I don't know if we need to re-advertise for the abutters notice to match the advertisement. I'm not versed in reading that legal language of the MGLs.
Well, if what Thomas is, I don't have it in front of me either, but what he's saying is it has to go out within 3 days of the
Of the
public,
legal ad.
the legal ad, right?
That's what the state law says.
We have to replace the legal ad.
So we
There has
probably need to redo
There has to
that.
be a legal ad to be 3 days after.
So I guess just we can, if that's what it's going to be, then we'll get you a check, and I'll make sure to get over and we'll just get it done. So
Yeah, so, and just, so you have the list now, the abutters list, you have that?
Well, I will. I haven't yet.
Oh, okay.
But like,
Do you have to bring in proof of the notice to get the abutters list?
So the state requires the green certification slips back to our office as proof of them being mailed within the time frame.
so we get the official abutters list. We bring it to the post office. We say, please send this certified mail to all of these addresses, and then they give us the slips. We bring them back to the city.
But you don't have to, so you have that list.
I will.
You will
I
have that
just need to go downstairs and get it.
Oh, okay, great, but you don't have.
it just wasn't open.
Oh, no, I understand, sure, but you don't have to do anything but just walk in there and get it. You don't have to show them, I have this ad placed or
No,
anything.
they're the first thing that I do.
Okay,
Once
great.
the ad is posted, I go there, I get those. We've done this all when we were looking
Sure.
at Adams Street,
Yeah,
so
I remember.
we know what we're doing. We've got the letter already typed out. We just need to do it. And so our only question was about whether or not we need to repay for the ad, but I think that's what my reading of it as well. So
Yeah,
it kind of
that's
just
my
is
understanding
what
too.
it
It
is.
just feels crummy to have to do that, but
Yeah.
How much is the ad?
it's like 175, 180, depending on the language that's in it,
Not nothing.
how many letters are in it.
Yeah.
So the next meeting is February 4th.
February 4th.
So we would need to post by the 23rd? 21st, 27th.
So what,
So I
is
would
it
need to post it with the DHG the week of the 20th of this month.
Okay,
a 2 week, is it a 2 week
So 10 days, it has to be posted legally at least 10 days prior.
business days?
Great question.
Okay.
I've always just done 10 days because the
Okay.
Gazette runs during the weekend, so
Yeah,
I
okay.
just do 10 days.
All right.
So it needs to legally be posted at least 10 days prior to the meeting date. And then I need some buffer time to get that done with the Daily Hampshire Gazette, and they require 72-hour notice. So we asked for like at least 2 weeks notice.
Okay.
But this is our notice. We know that this is happening and that you'll get me something.
so like 2 weeks from now,
Yeah.
give or take a
Yeah.
couple days.
I'll just do
we'll-
an email to the Daily Hampshire Gazette, ask them to do it on the 20th, run the ad on the
Mhm.
20th, and then
Okay.
you guys can send it out between the 20th and 23rd.
23rd.
The 20th is a holiday, January 20th.
Indeed it
It
is.
is.
MLK Day.
Indeed it is. I mean, it's at least 10 days prior. We could do this tomorrow if we wanted to. Like
Yeah,
whenever
Well,
you're ready to
let's
send
be
out
in
the
touch
abutters
about
notice.
that.
Yeah. We
and,
could plan for Monday the 13th to get everything done.
okay, yeah, that might
I'll
actually
reach
be
out to the Gazette
smart.
today or tomorrow and say, Monday the 13th, run this ad, and then that
Yeah.
gives you that week to get it out.
Let me just talk to my board and make sure that, but I don't see why not. I think that that's probably.
I'll wait for the go from you.
Okay, sounds great. And yeah, I guess that's it. I'm sorry that the confusion, but
Oh, thanks for coming in and explaining it.
I think that it doesn't really affect us in a major way because the state doesn't even look at these things during January anyway.
It's just this piece down here that they look at. So it says when it was advertised and when the abutters notice happened, but
What I meant is that, like, my understanding
Oh,
is
right.
that even if we got it out today, they wouldn't be looking at it until February 1st anyway, so now they'll be looking at it February 5th is like
Yeah.
not actually gonna majorly impact our timeline. It's just, it was just a bit of Christmas time stress,
Yeah.
but it's all right.
they're doing all their renewal stuff
So
still,
you just gotta get your stuff done, we have to change those dates?
I'll change this form for signature and I'll scan it to the shared
the next
drive. You'll be
meeting.
able to look at it before the next meeting and we'll be ready to rock and roll.
It's good because there's a couple things I wanted to update on this anyway, cause like we've,
Okay,
we were gonna accept a couple additional members,
Okay.
and then, so our finances are
so
slightly.
should I wait for a new application too?
There's a few things in there where I put in the application that I sent, I put like to
Oh,
be
okay.
updated, so I will
okay.
be sending you
Awesome,
all of that,
awesome,
probably before the week of the 13th,
okay,
so.
Cool.
Awesome.
we'll get it figured out.
Anything else?
Awesome.
I'm gonna sit around listen to this next game. I actually have some questions about changes of management, just because we have a
Yeah, of
elected
course.
board, so I just kind of want to see how this
Oh,
goes,
yeah.
but.
Colleen can fill you all in on her fun adventures with the ABCC
Fun
and
adventures.
Secretary of the State.
Yes,
She's
yes.
gonna do for us.
All right.
I'm gonna get business cards made up and offer your board a business card for helping you
Nice.
update your website with what I've learned. Thank you.
So obviously, this is in follow-up to the last.
Hold on, let's
Oh, sorry.
open the,
Oh, I'm sorry. Robert's Rules of Order. Open
Open for the change of manager application for the Legion.
Second.
Thank you. So, yes, and I greatly appreciate you giving us the conditional approval during the hearing, I believe it was in November. Actually, I guess that was October, yes. So come full circle, I did receive a call from one of the investigators at the ABCC who mentioned that we had gaps in our information. He was able to steer me to the full form. What we had submitted initially to you, your board, was actually what was considered just the monetary transfer page, which was kind of the proof that we had paid, and it had the check boxes. Then, of course, we gave you the information of our current board, the articles of organization. And it's interesting, too, just to note, the articles of organization, when somebody pulls that down from the Secretary of State's corporations division, it's actually showing the board members that were current at the time that they organized as an entity. So that itself isn't enough, but somehow, over the course of time, the ABCC had those names from 1963 listed as the last list that the prior Easthampton LLA, probably well before your time too, Lindsay, had given them. And as you know, the Commonwealth is consolidating all of their varied systems, whether it's SNAP, unemployment, ABCC, the whole 9 yards. They are bringing it all under mass login. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. And with that comes a lot of compliance. So the ABCC, where they said, oh yeah, well, 7 years ago, yes, we did approve your change in license manager when we previously had listed Ruth, I can't remember her last name, and then we went to Kevin. And apparently, you know what, I guess there was an attempt to update our change of license manager last year, but it was kicked back by the ABCC, but they didn't really give Easthampton guidance, and they really didn't give us as a club guidance. So this year, being a squeaky wheel that I am, I know thank you so much for all your patience, Lindsay, but I greatly appreciated the ABCC. I commend them actually for reaching out to me and letting me know personally what the gaps were. And they were able to give me the name of the people that they were missing, which is quote unquote current board members as far as their paperwork is concerned from 1963. So what I'm hoping for today, I'm going to give you a copy of this because this is their overall form. They call it, you probably have already received this from other people, but it's the multi-amendment form. And a lot of times when you have a change of license manager, not a lot of times, sometimes when you have a change of license manager, you'll also have a change of board of directors. And so that was the piece that we were missing. We were missing when we came to our last hearing, this long form.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been great if the ABCC had just said, you need a multiple amendment license, but this stemmed to the call from Jan where
Yeah, Jan, exactly.
Right.
and on me saying that I should know better.
Yeah, I'm sorry that.
No, we just need to take the multi-amendment.
Yes, so that said, there's also other pieces. It's not just, and I'll leave this copy with you. So it's not just the multi-amendment. The other thing too is we're a nonprofit club. So there's a section that's specific to nonprofit clubs for the change of officers, directors, and the change of manager. And so the things that are still outstanding are our DOR. It has a list of required documents. Is our list of our DOR certificate of good standing for taxes, and our DUA certificate of compliance, which is unemployment insurance. And then you already have on file our monetary transmittal form. The $200 has already been paid. ABCC says, we're good on that. We don't need that again. And then the articles of organization, and they should have this updated too, because the articles of organization is that 1963 list. It's the articles of organization plus the annual report, annual reports whenever a corporation files, that will show your current board members. So we're getting caught up on our end too with paperwork. On that note, I have been told by our tax accountant that it's going to be a few weeks before they're able to give us that DOR certificate of good standing. So what I'm wondering, they're saying a few weeks to a month. So we can either table this for next month, or we could do what we did last time, if you're comfortable with this, which is a conditional approval, because you conditionally approved before. And then I would get all of this paperwork and just resubmit it, and then you would send it back up again. That's all he's looking for. It's just the proper form and these additional 2 certificates. And in exchange, I will write all of this down. I'm going to do it for our club, and I'll give you a copy of it too. So
I mean, it's all listed on the ABCC website. It's not, you don't need to write anything down for us, but I do appreciate that. And this is kind of what we had talked about at the October meeting, where I said, no, it's not listed in this change of manager packet that they need that article of organizations from the state, but I know they're gonna kick it back if we don't present it.
Yeah, and it actually
then
is listed.
that was the conditional approval, is that was given to me.
Right,
and
we
then
did
would
get that
submit
to
it.
you.
So that's what we submit, and that stemmed all this, where they said, well, that doesn't match, and you need to do a multiple amendment, and
Right.
so I think my personal input would be that we push it to the next meeting so that the board has time to review a completed application, because yes, I have your payment receipt and everything, but I'm gonna give you back that application and
Oh, okay.
have you piece together all the pieces that you need to submit to the board.
Right, thank you.
And then give me the completed application for me to scan to the board to review.
Excellent. So, and they will have that in advance of the hearing,
Correct.
correct? So, okay, great.
So that would be
So
my
now-
suggestion, but it's completely up to board how they wanna vote.
So we're gonna vote to continue this pending the complete
That sounds
documentation until
great.
next meeting on the 4th?
Do you think February 4th, or do you think you need the March meeting?
I'm gonna go for February 4th because that's a month that our tax accountant has reassured us that she can get that DOR certificate of good standing by then.
So do we need to move to continue? Do we need to move to do anything?
That kind of makes sense, just putting me on the, because you did work with me today.
Because it's a public hearing on the agenda, I think you need to make a motion to continue.
I make a motion to continue until the February 4th meeting.
Thank you,
I'll second that motion.
All in favor? Aye.
thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you for coming in
Yeah.
and explaining all that.
Oh, no, I probably gave too much information and
No.
information that you already know.
It's
and-
okay,
Oh.
no, the more information, the better.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for your
Thanks.
time.
Thanks an awful lot, Cole.
And I'll see you next month.
Yay. Did you learn anything, Tom?
A little bit, maybe.
I'll give you my phone number. If you have any questions, I can.
No, absolutely, that'd be
Yeah,
great.
if you have any questions, I'm definitely kind of being a squeaky wheel at our club about compliance on everything, so.
That would be amazing. I'd love to connect, yeah.
You bet. Yeah, sure, I'll step outside or I can give it to you right now.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, sure.
No.
Oh, did you vote to continue our thing?
No,
My
we didn't.
gosh, did you?
Did we not?
We did not.
Oh, I guess I just didn't think we had to, but because
Yeah, because it was opening a public hearing for them, so yeah.
I moved to continue the application for a license for THCC
Text me later, I'll
until
send you my name.
February
Great,
4th.
thank you.
I second that.
All in favor? Aye. Aye. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks.
Nice to dot the i's. I just thought we're all done. I was like, great, just fix that.
Seemed
All
really
set.
easy.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah, next on the agenda.
ABCC annual report.
New business, right? New business, which
Yeah.
is the ABCC National.
This is just my boring formality the state requires from me.
Take care. You don't want to stick around for this? You sure?
You just called it boring.
The ABCC just wants to know how many
Exciting for
licenses
the new members.
we approved during our December meeting, and how much revenue we're collecting from them. So with the increase in fees this year, we went up to $53,115 in revenue for our licensing department. That will go into the general fund.
Nice.
And then we also do an application fee of $50 per application too, so actually the total is $55,315. That goes into our general fund. It cannot be used to pay me a stipend, I've asked for 6 years. So that's it, we have to file this with them by February 13th to be in compliance with the law. No actions of finding of violations, that always comes after I submit this, and it will just tell us our report of any bars who were found for over-serving.
Okay.
So if that comes in, should that come in when it comes in, I will share it with the board.
Right.
Um,
So do we have to do, this is just for knowledge, we don't have to vote or anything?
Correct.
Okay, great.
yeah, just for your general files of knowledge.
Thank you.
And is this all of the licenses that we have?
Mhm.
In all of Easthampton?
Correct, for alcohol licenses, yes.
And could you throw this up in the shared file as well?
Sure thing.
Just throw it, I don't know if we even have, I guess we probably don't even have a folder for this. This
I
will be
can
the
make
first
one.
one for the share.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I can make one. that's it for the annual report. And then just other new business, I would ask that the board consider bringing in the brass cat for a hearing on complaints brought to our office about New Year's Eve.
What happened to Cat New Year's Eve?
I'm trying to get it in writing. The past several years, with every New Year's Eve, people gather
Oh, yeah,
outside.
I've been there.
The problem is that people from Amy's, Brass Cat, and the surrounding bars take all their alcohol outside at the end of the night, which is not legal. There's been no approval by the board to do that, and then beer cans, bottles, drinks are left out on the street. But I've only had one identification of the Brass Cat this year, so. Maybe it's not even a matter of pulling in the Brass Cat, but maybe the board's sending out a notice saying that if next year any violations are found, you'll be called in for a hearing. Actually, now that I'm saying it out loud, that's the way it should go. That's my opinion of how it should go.
But,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a, difficult thing, because somebody can say, well, this came from the Brass Cat. I mean, people in their pocketbook and their,
Right.
brought the stuff and left it, and for somebody to say it came from one of the bars, that's a.
Yeah, I think like, if you put them on notice, we've had to do this for cultural chaos too, is that if we find alcohol out in the street again, like, your business will be brought in for a hearing.
there hasn't been an official complaint yet. Official meaning in writing, and it has to be in writing for us to take it seriously, because
Well,
right now I'm not.
I wouldn't consider someone reaching out to me on Facebook as an official complaint.
Definitely.
I want them to send it to me in an email.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if they're not gonna do that, then I'm not willing to
And
do a
also,
public hearing.
how do they know, I mean, I've been down there for those, it's great fun.
Mm-hmm. Me too,
I
yeah.
hate this whole, treating us all like children
Yeah.
about this stuff. Like, we can't, the world's gonna fall apart if we walk outside a building and watch a ball drop for 10 minutes. That's
Mm-hmm.
that. But we don't know that it came from the Brass Cat.
Yeah.
No one can.
That's true.
Unless we have send down
True.
cops or undercover or whatever,
Right.
nobody can know that.
Right. That's why I think as soon as I said it out loud, I'm like, wait, we just
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
send a letter to the businesses because that's not justifiable.
And I wouldn't
And
do,
it hasn't been a formal complaint.
unless there's a formal complaint, I don't see that we need to do anything right now.
Doesn't the Brass Cat have an outdoor area?
Yeah.
Not during the winter, it's seasonal.
They can open it though, can't they? Is that really just seasonal?
Yes.
Well, I don't think anybody goes out there
If it wants to.
to drink
Yeah.
on the
He
day
uses
of
it for
today,
parking.
right?
Well, I was
Oh,
just
yeah, that's right, it's not
thinking-
even there during
Yeah,
winter,
it's
what am I
not there.
talking about?
He uses it for
I think he
parking.
does legally have the right to have it there, but,
Yeah.
all year, but, I think in lieu of actual complaint, we don't do anything, and I hope
Don't do
we don't
anything.
get that, so
Okay.
we can let people go out and have a beer. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all on my agenda.
I'm good.
I just want to bring up briefly so now we have, Omar's in the State House, and we have we've been talking about these licenses that disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking in the file, I was looking in the, just to see, and I see the last letter I see is from, who's the former head of the board?
Kelly Rich.
Kelly,
Yes,
that's the letter you put in there to
That's
requesting.
the one I formatted, yeah.
Right, but, so that was 2019, and that's the last time we've reached out, no, okay, it isn't.
No, not at all.
So I can't find that letter from you.
Okay.
I'm sure it's in there and I just couldn't find it.
Yeah, I've also emailed it to you, so.
Well, maybe that's why, I thought it was just, I
No,
thought it was in the, in the file.
No,
I
I
didn't
had
even look at my
emailed,
emails.
yeah, I emailed it to you.
Oh, okay. That's where I couldn't find it.
Yeah,
Alright.
no, I had emailed it to you.
All right, great. Okay, let me just, I don't wanna take,
No, you're
if you
fine.
could find it, that would be easier, but I guess my thing is is in that email, is there a list of the licenses that went away just because of the timestamp feature? Okay, that's all listed in
It's
the letter.
all very detailed in the
Okay,
letter.
and so
We did 2 of those letters. Jeff
that's why I was like,
Back,
2019 from Kelly, no, this is not the letter, I know there was a letter from Lindsay.
No, we did it in 2021 and 2020.
All right, I'm sorry, I just
No,
didn't
that's
see it in
okay.
the file. So, yeah, I think we should draft a letter. I think we mentioned this before to Omar
Yeah.
from the board, explaining what happened.
Mhm.
So we've already been approved for all these things, right? This is already approved by the state. COVID hit, nobody took us up on them. Even though there are people who wanted to do it, they just weren't gonna be opening businesses. And then because they have this weird, end time, like an end date, they went away. So we're just asking for, for those back, and maybe we also look at if that still corresponds to the interest that we've been shown since, like, who's been coming
Yeah.
around asking more than I do.
I think it will be hard to ask for more than what we lost at
I'm
this
just
point.
saying,
Yeah,
possible, let's
No,
just think
yeah.
about it, maybe
Sure.
maybe there's one, I mean, there's probably gonna be enough in there, right?
The only thing I didn't like about the last legislation is that it was attached to zones,
Oh, I was reading that too.
which made it really difficult for people who wanted to do business in an area that wasn't.
And did we ever get,
Didn't have a
I
license
did
for it.
read the letter from our zoning board that we sent, I think around that time, that said like, hey, this is a problem, we don't want them to be geographically pinned. We need to be flexible.
Yeah, at the end of the day, working with Dan Carey and Jeff Bagger, our planner at the time, they said you just have to do it attached by zone, so that's what we did and that's what we
Is
received.
it zone or precinct?
Zone,
Okay.
downtown highway business district, downtown, and
Neighborhood?
was that, I'm not.
Neighborhood business?
So we might be able, okay, so we could take a look at that. I'm sorry I couldn't find it.
No, that's
I'm not prepared for it, but we can take a look at that and maybe rejigger that.
Yeah.
Say like we want more here. Is there a certain number you can only have for these districts?
I don't know what the state's determination for distribution was.
Okay, so we're talking, we need to,
And I think there's some stipulations about when a state rep can submit a bill. And right now, I think they have until the 17th of this month for the entire year.
shut up.
Is it, Tom, can
He
you,
just took the oath.
do you know about that for state reps?
I know it's dumb and
bills.
complicated.
Yeah,
I don't know the
so-
specifics.
You mean,
For the entire year, they can only submit any new bills, but maybe this isn't new, maybe it's, I don't know how anything works at a state level, to be honest. But he only has until the 17th, and I
Oh.
only know this because he came to my son's basketball game and I was drilling him about something, so,
who, Omar?
yeah,
Yeah, it's true though, they have to submit everything early on.
Yeah.
And then they don't do anything for almost the entire time until the last minute, and then they send everything to study.
Yeah.
Unless
So they just
somebody-
get up and
yeah, so
don't.
the 17th of this month, all state reps have to submit their request for new
Holy
legislation and
shit.
bills, and that's it for the year. And then they'll do that again next year, so I just wanna
They
make
do
the
everything behind
timeline
closed doors.
really realistic for
So
us,
you never get a
that
chance to weigh in or see.
we probably won't get in anything on time for this year.
Oh, boy.
And I'm just learning of that as of Monday.
That would have been good to know.
I think he probably just
Whole
found
year.
that out too.
Wow, yeah, sure.
I mean,
He probably found out the same time I
Who
did.
would think that something so asinine would even be
Well,
real?
State
No, I mean,
government.
honestly,
I've done it a few, we've tried
Yeah.
to get things in a few times.
Yeah.
And it's just this crazy.
Mad dash to every,
Yeah.
well, because you think every state rep is doing their own.
God damn it, we've been waiting for months,
I
literally
know.
for
I
months.
literally just found out Monday, yeah.
I'm not, this is not on you
I
at
know,
all, I'm
yeah.
just going like,
It's
ugh.
just
We've been like,
frustrating.
oh, wait till January, cause that's when he's in, and that's when we'll send the letter.
I mean, so we can just
Damn it.
edit the one we have already sent to Dan Carey 4 times and say, Omar, can you get this in before January 17th?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go home and read it and have something in,
Okay,
I'm gonna work.
I'm here all week.
Yeah, guys, if you don't
I'm here
mind
all
me,
next
I'm just gonna
Do a
draft
Google,
something.
or even just
It's
edit in a
Gonna
Google
be,
Drive.
it's
No.
gonna be going out over,
Do you want a resolution in support?
Oh,
Send it to me by Thursday, I'll put it on.
yes, council resolution and support.
but we would have to have the document for you to support ready by Thursday.
Well, we need to, I need to know the material facts of what's going on.
Yeah,
Okay, by Thursday, okay.
Thursday at noon. I know that's very soon.
well,
Oh
it'll be
my
next Thursday at noon
17.
for council agenda, but you want it before that.
Wait, is it? I
Because
thought
this week is council.
You're right.
Yeah. So it would be next Thursday by noon.
Yep, yeah, so never mind, that's not a problem.
but that's,
Yeah, that's right, tomorrow's.
then we don't hit when's the next council meeting after this one?
The 4th. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
The 22nd.
So
Well, but
that's
the-
after the,
But the
Yeah.
resolution and support can go at any time to the state.
Yeah.
Yeah, by Thursday.
Because they would have already, Omar would have already submitted. So this resolution of support then backs his submission.
So by the 16th at noon. That's Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, if it was in March, it wouldn't really matter. They're not gonna,
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, so,
Keep it.
yeah,
keep
now
the
that you
ball-
mention it,
Keep
I'm
the momentum
sort
going.
of processing this whole thing in real time.
That's what I do all the time when I say things out loud.
I don't realize something's wrong until it leaves my mouth.
It comes out, I literally just did that, so yeah, I know. It happens to the best of us.
All right.
Yeah, so we'll fine tune this, we'll make it work
I'll
to
be
the
in
best
touch
of
with
our
you
ability.
ASAP and we'll just
Okay.
try, we gotta try.
I mean,
I don't wanna
use-
wait another year.
Use a Google Doc, cause I can edit those from anywhere. So if you do Google Doc
do
in
that.
that shared drive, we
Yep.
all have access
sounds
to it.
basketball game.
I do it all the time, I
And
work remotely
I'll just,
until like
once I get this
6:30.
to and I gotta do it soon, and I gotta call Omar. When you talked to Omar, he said like, hey, I'll try, or did he have any sense of like, there's no possible way I can do it, or?
I didn't ask specifically about this, it was
Okay.
about two other bills,
Two
so.
other things. Jesus.
Sorry.
And okay, so and I'll share those. I think I can. Do I have permission to share working docs in there with other people? Because I'm just listed as a commenter right now.
Oh.
I was only because I was looking today and I was
yeah.
like,
I can make you an editor.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be good. And I'll just share it with you guys, and you can while I'm doing it, once I have it somewhat set up, you can chip in and tell me what I did wrong and all that stuff.
So when are you trying to get this done by?
Well, it's the 17th.
The 11th
Oh my God!
hours.
Before the, oh my God. Well,
We have all of this week and next week.
yes.
We got time. We're gonna spend this week really amending it and making it robust and workable. And then next week, we're sending it to the counselor as well as sending a resolution request to Counselor D.
Oh no, yeah, but what does Omar need?
Well, we're gonna do it this week and we'll get it to him by Monday.
And then does he have to have his staff draft this into stupid
idea.
He doesn't
legal?
have staff.
He has one staff.
He has one staff.
Is a step.
His legislative aide, and I have her contact information, so I will get it to her and Omar and say, can you please push this through?
Okay, I guess the best we can do, because,
I don't really know how it works.
yeah, that's crazy talk.
That's government.
Yeah, boy, all right.
So no one ever gets to propose anything new.
Well, they never, no, I'm not even
Well, let's close the meeting.
Yes, close the
Turn off the
meeting.
recording.
I'm gonna start swearing. A motion
To adjourn.
second,
Yes.
Wonderful.
oh, great.
Aye.
This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.